Let's not sugarcoat it. Most people don't change because they don't start. They wait. They wait for the motivation to hit. They wait for the fear to go away. They wait for a sign, a perfect plan, or the right time. But here's the truth. The time is never going to feel perfect. And that voice in your head telling you you're not ready, it's lying to you. 1 year can change everything: your body, your mind, your relationships, your bank account, your confidence, but only if you start now. Think about this. Where were you 1 year ago today? What goals did you have? What promises did you make to yourself? Did you follow through? Or are you still stuck in the same place, talking about it, thinking about it, dreaming about it, but not doing it? Listen to me. If you had started 1 year ago, you'd be living in a different reality right now, but you didn't, and that's okay because you still can, but you've got to start. This isn't about going big. It's not about flipping your life upside down overnight. It's about deciding that your future deserves more than your excuses. It's about choosing discipline over drama, action over anxiety, ownership over excuses. Because nothing, and I mean nothing, will change unless you do. You have to stop convincing yourself that someday is a strategy. It's not. Now is the only time that exists. You don't need a full plan. You need one decision, one push, one shift, and when you take that step, no matter how small, you begin to build momentum. And momentum, my friends, is how lives are changed. You know what people underestimate the most? The compound effect of small actions: one walk a day, one chapter a night, one healthy meal, one difficult conversation, one boundary, one decision to wake up earlier. You stack enough of those small wins consistently, over 12 months, and you won't recognize your life. But here's the part people avoid: the discomfort. You will be uncomfortable. You will want to quit. And that's not a sign to stop. That's a sign you're growing. Progress is supposed to feel hard. Change isn't magical, it's intentional. And the real transformation begins the moment you stop negotiating with your excuses. Let me remind you, a year from now, you will either be reaping the results of what you chose to do today, or you'll be carrying the regret of another year wasted. That's not harsh, that's the truth, and you deserve better than another year of half-lived dreams, broken promises, and maybe laters. You say you want to change, then start right now, not Monday, not next month, not when it's more convenient, because your life won't wait for you to feel comfortable, and neither will your dreams. This is your moment right now to look in the mirror and say, I'm done waiting. I'm building it. I'm becoming it. I'm taking the first step today. You have no idea what's possible in 1 year, and the only way to find out is to show up for yourself every day, like your life depends on it, because in many ways it does. This is about becoming the kind of person who doesn't quit on themselves, who doesn't need a cheerleader, who shows up not because they feel like it, but because their future self is counting on them. So, I want you to imagine yourself 12 months from now, standing taller, living healthier, waking up in a life you're proud of. That version of you is real, and they are waiting, but they can't show up unless you start now. Your time isn't coming, it's here, and it's screaming for you to move, one step, one day, one decision. Start now, because 1 year from today, you'll either be living your breakthrough or your excuse. The choice is yours. Let's go. You don't need more motivation. You need momentum. That's the truth no one really wants to hear, because it's so much easier to scroll, listen to a podcast, or watch another motivational video and say, I'll start when I feel ready. But guess what? That feeling, you're waiting for the motivation, it's fleeting. It's unreliable, it comes and goes, and if you're building your future on motivation alone, you'll never follow through. Motivation is not what successful people rely on. They rely on action. They rely on showing up when it's uncomfortable, when it's boring, when no one's watching. They know that momentum beats motivation every single time. When you start moving, even when you don't feel like it, something powerful happens. You interrupt the pattern of overthinking. You break the cycle of hesitation. Most people are stuck not because they can't do it, but because they never get started. They stay trapped in their heads, obsessing over the perfect time, waiting to be confident, worrying what others will think. And while they're stuck planning, someone else, someone less ready, less qualified, less motivated, is out there taking the first step. The first step is asterisk everything asterisk. You don't need to see the whole staircase. You don't need a 5-year plan. You just need to take the next right step. That step might be going for a 10-minute walk. It might be applying for that job. It might be turning off your phone and finally writing the first page of your book. Is it uncomfortable? Absolutely. But you don't grow inside comfort. You don't evolve by standing still. Momentum is built in the small moments when you decide to act, not when you wait to feel ready. Read that again. You gain confidence by keeping promises to yourself, by proving to your own brain that you're someone who follows through. It's not about overnight transformation. It's about daily follow through. You want self-respect. Start doing what you said you would do even when you don't feel like it. Especially when you don't feel like it. You have to stop waiting for the big moment and realize that the small ones are the ones that matter most. The day you wake up tired and still go for the run. The afternoon you choose water instead of soda. The night you journal instead of numbing yourself with TV. These choices are invisible to the world, but they are visible to asterisk you asterisk. They are the bricks you lay that eventually become the life you want. That's momentum, and momentum builds power. It builds belief, and belief, that's where everything changes. Not belief that the world will hand it to you, but belief that you can asterisk handle asterisk whatever it throws your way. That's the edge. That's the mindset that creates success, not luck or talent. When you understand that momentum is what moves the needle, not feeling good, not being perfect, not having the best plan, then you become unstoppable. So today, ask yourself, what's one thing I can do that moves me forward? Not a huge thing, one asterisk, small asterisk action. Then do it. That's how you start a chain reaction. And the more you do it, the more you'll crave that feeling not of motivation, but of asterisk movement asterisk. And before you know it, you'll look back and realize momentum didn't just change your day, it changed your life. We spend so much time fantasizing about our dream life, the career, the body, the relationship, the peace, but we forget that it's not hidden in some far-off place. It's not locked away behind a lucky break or reserved only for the chosen few. The life you're dreaming about is quietly waiting inside your daily habits. That's the truth. It's not a mystery, it's math. What you do repeatedly becomes what you believe, how you feel, and eventually who you are. Look at your days not in terms of productivity, but in terms of intention. Are your habits aligned with where you say you want to go? Or are they quietly pulling you in the opposite direction? You don't need to overhaul your life in one dramatic move. You need to start becoming the kind of person who lives in alignment with the future you want. A high-performing, healthy, confident person isn't doing magical things, they're doing asterisk small things consistently asterisk. They're moving their body, they're protecting their mornings, they're managing their screen time. They're saying no when it matters, they're practicing gratitude even when life feels messy. None of these habits are glamorous, most of them are boring, but they're asterisk foundational asterisk, and they compound over time in powerful ways. The way you talk to yourself every morning becomes the way you carry yourself every day. The way you fuel your body determines how focused you feel. The way you treat your time decides whether you're creating or just reacting. Every habit is a vote for the person you want to become, and the truth, you're already casting those votes whether consciously or not. What's scary is that the same way good habits can transform you, asterisk bad habits can destroy you asterisk. Hitting snooze repeatedly, that's a vote for staying stuck. Scrolling for hours with no purpose, that's a vote for distraction over growth. Gossiping, procrastinating, avoiding, they all seem harmless in the moment, but they shape your entire reality over time. That's why change never starts with the asterisk big decision asterisk, it starts with the tiny one you make today. because that tiny habit, that becomes a ritual, and rituals build character, and character determines outcome. You can read all the books and follow all the influencers, but if you don't own your habits, they will own you. This is where people get it wrong. They think success is about intensity, going all in, making huge sacrifices, burning the boats. But real, lasting success is built on sustainability. It's doing the right things when no one's watching. It's choosing what you want most over what you want now. It's understanding that the habits you repeat when you're tired, discouraged, or alone, those are the habits that shape your destiny. So instead of asking, how can I get there faster? Ask, how can I show up better today? Focus on progress, not perfection. Focus on routine, not results, because results will come when your rituals are strong. That's how you create a different life in a year, not by wishing harder, but by living better each day. If you want confidence, discipline, health, wealth, stop chasing outcomes and start upgrading your habits. Because the person you want to become, they're already inside you, but you have to train them into existence. And the training ground, it's right there in your routine. So if you're serious about changing your life, don't ask for motivation. Don't look for hacks. Look at your habits, because that's where the magic and the math of transformation really lives. Discipline is the bridge between who you are and who you want to be. It's not sexy. It's not flashy. It doesn't come with applause or Instagram likes. But it's the single most powerful trait that separates people who talk about changing their life from the people who actually do it. Discipline is doing what needs to be done even when you don't feel like it. Especially when you don't feel like it. Because on the days when motivation disappears, and discipline is what keeps the promise you made to yourself. We've all been there, fired up after watching a video or reading something inspirational, ready to conquer the world, but 2 days later, that energy fizzles out, life gets busy, doubt creeps in, and suddenly that new life feels a million miles away. That's where most people stop. But successful people, the ones who actually transform, they don't rely on feeling inspired. They rely on systems, on structure, on discipline. You don't need to feel like showing up to show up. You don't need to be in the mood to get it done. You need a standard. You need a decision you made when you were clear, minded and committed, not one you negotiate with every time it gets uncomfortable. Your emotions are temporary. Your habits are permanent. When you build a life around discipline, you stop being a prisoner to your mood and start becoming the creator of your momentum. Let me be clear, discipline isn't about punishment. It's about alignment. It's about aligning your actions with your goals, your future, your purpose. It's about making the hard choice now so you can live the easier life later. Discipline is choosing your long-term self over your short-term cravings. It's saying no to the snooze button because your future self deserves better. It's walking past the junk food, closing the tab, ending the toxic conversation because you know what you're building is worth more than that momentary relief. Here's what discipline gives you that motivation never can. Trust. When you're disciplined, you begin to trust yourself. You stop questioning whether you'll stick to something because you know you will. That trust, it builds confidence, and confidence builds momentum, and momentum changes your life. It's not about being perfect. You will fall. You will mess up. Discipline doesn't mean never slipping. It means not staying down when you do. It means getting back on track. Faster. It means having the grit to recommit without needing to start over every time you stumble. That's power. That's emotional maturity. That's how you evolve, and the best part? Discipline is a muscle. You can build it. You don't have to be born with it. You just have to train it. Start small. One habit, one boundary, one promise kept to yourself each day. Over time, you'll build the identity of someone who follows through, and that identity is more valuable than any external validation. So the next time you feel stuck, tired, unmotivated, remind yourself, discipline doesn't ask how you feel. It tells you who you are. And when you make discipline your default, everything changes not overnight, but over time, because success isn't owned by the most talented. It's earned by the most consistent. You don't need to wait for motivation to strike. You need to become the kind of person who acts without it. That's how real change happens. That's how 1 year becomes the year that asterisk changed everything asterisk. Every version of your future self is watching you right now, not the one on Instagram, not the one you talk about when you're with friends, the asterisk real asterisk one, the one who is either going to thank you or resent you, and that version of you is being built in the quiet, boring, unseen choices you're making today. You don't get to magically wake up confident, successful, fulfilled, and proud. You have to asterisk build asterisk that person through action. You have to earn their respect. We talk a lot about manifestation and vision boards and dreaming big, and that's great. But none of that matters if you're not backing it with aligned behavior. You can visualize your best life all you want, but if you keep hitting snooze, scrolling aimlessly, eating like you don't care about your body, surrounding yourself with energy, draining people, and making excuses for why you can't, then the version of you you're dreaming about. They never show up. They can't, because they are on the other side of the work you're avoiding. You need to understand something. Your future is not a mystery. It's a reflection of your decisions, and every decision you make right now is casting a vote for the kind of person you're becoming. Your future self is either standing on the foundation you're building, or they're digging out of the mess you're making. That might sound harsh, but it's true. And once you really asterisk feel asterisk, that once you internalize that the future is created, not discovered, everything shifts. Think about it. When you choose to sit and binge TV for 5 hours every night, you're not just relaxing. You're telling your future self your dreams don't matter that much. When you blow off the gym for the 3rd week in a row, you're saying your energy, your health, your confidence not that important. When you keep waiting to start the business, write the book, go after the opportunity, you're telling your future self, stay small, we're not ready, maybe someday. But here's the truth, asterisk someday doesn't exist. Asterisk, there is no version of the future that magically arrives with more time, more motivation, or more clarity. You get clarity by taking action. You build readiness by doing the work scared. You don't become your future self and asterisk, then asterisk start behaving like them. You start behaving like them, asterisk now asterisk. And then one day, without even realizing it, you asterisk are asterisk them. That version of you who walks into a room with confidence, who wakes up energized, who leads with clarity, who speaks with purpose, they're not built through wishful thinking. They're built through discipline, repetition, and uncomfortable growth. And they're waiting for you to stop settling and asterisk start choosing them asterisk. Every decision you make, what you eat, how you spend your time, what you say yes to, what you say no to, what you tolerate, what you pursue, it all sends a message to your future self. You are either making their life easier or harder. There is no neutral. There is no pause button. Every day you are either investing in the person you want to become, or you're overdrafting your potential and hoping you can fix it later. The time to start is not next month. It's not after the next holiday or once you feel ready. The time is asterisk now asterisk, not because it's easy, not because it's fun, but because your future self is waiting, and they deserve more than your excuses. They deserve action. They deserve commitment. They deserve to wake up in a life you're proud of. Be someone today your future self will be proud of. Period. That's the mindset that changes lives. That's how transformation starts. Not with a loud announcement, but with a quiet, powerful decision. Asterisk, I'm done letting my future self down. Asterisk, you keep telling yourself you're stuck, but the truth is, you're not stuck, you're just scared. And fear is a liar. Fear will tell you that it's not the right time, that you're not ready, that you'll fail, that people will judge you. But those are not facts, they're just feelings, and feelings aren't final action is. Fear has this sneaky way of dressing up like logic. It makes excuses sound reasonable. It tells you to play it safe, to wait for clarity, to avoid risk. And the longer you listen, the more your dreams shrink. Not because they're impossible, but because you're giving fear the steering wheel. The only thing keeping you from the life you want is the story you keep repeating about why you can't have it. And that story, you wrote it, which means you can rewrite it. Fear is not there to stop you, it's there to show you exactly where you need to go. The discomfort you feel when you think about starting, changing, growing, that's not a sign to stop. That's your inner GPS saying, this way. Your fear is actually proof that you're on the edge of something meaningful. Because if it didn't matter, you wouldn't be scared. You need to stop avoiding fear and start walking through it. Because what's on the other side of fear, confidence, growth, power, everything you've ever wanted is on the other side of the exact thing you're avoiding. You don't become courageous by waiting for fear to leave. You become courageous by acting asterisk, while asterisk you're afraid. Courage is not the absence of fear, it's the decision that something matters more than the fear. Let me tell you something you already know deep down. The longer you wait to start, the harder it gets. You're not gaining anything by delaying. You're losing time, momentum, belief in yourself. Fear thrives in hesitation. The second you take action, even a small one, you break fear's grip. It loses its power. That's why successful people seem so bold. It's not because they're fearless. It's because they've trained themselves to move asterisk, despite asterisk the fear. They've realized the truth. Action cures fear, always. So what are you afraid of? Judgment, failure, rejection? Let's be real, you've already survived every hard day you've ever had. You've already been criticized. You've already felt failure. You've already had people misunderstand you, underestimate you, leave you. And guess what? You're still here. You're still standing. So what makes you think you can't handle what's next? You can. You've got the strength. You've got the resilience. What you don't have yet is the decision. Fear will always be there, but it doesn't get to decide what kind of life you live. You do. You get to choose whether you sit on the sidelines or show up, whether you let the fear of failing stop you from asterisk ever asterisk trying, whether you let the fear of judgment stop you from asterisk ever asterisk being seen, whether you let the fear of not being enough stop you from asterisk ever asterisk becoming who you were born to be. Here's what I want you to remember. Your fear is not bigger than your purpose. Your fear is not bigger than your potential. It only wins when you stop moving. So keep moving. Move afraid. Move unsure. Move imperfectly. But asterisk move asterisk, because every step forward weakens fear's grip and strengthens your belief. And that belief, it's the foundation for everything you're about to build. So today, stop saying I'm stuck. You're not stuck. You're scared, and scared is a doorway. Walk through it.